Midtown, 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 Midtown. Hey.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back, Misfits, and welcome back to a new episode. Today, we are having a Misfit Conversation.
Yeah, another conversation.
Yes. This is Misfit Conversation number 6. These are fun.
These are fun.
They're real chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just feels like we're just doing the same thing we always do, but just with
just recording it and being a little more specific.
Yeah, exactly. These don't really have like research, or we're not trying to look at
sounding
make sure that we
studious
don't make a huge like blurb and like say quote the wrong Bible verse.
Right.
Or
we try to do
wrong.
our best in that sense on our other episodes.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't say something
we
shouldn't,
not,
but
these are less
it's more
prepared.
chatty, informal. So forgive us if we do say something that's not quite right. We'll fact check.
Yeah. No, we do.
And
We
correct
do
ourselves if we need to. But this is just a little more obviously conversational because it's a conversation. But
yeah. These are more like lifestyle things. Yeah. But yeah, so we're back with a Misfit Conversation, and as we're recording this, we're approaching Christmas and we're approaching the New Year.
All right.
And so, what we're talking about is New Year, New You.
Yeah,
What does
Year,
that
New
mean?
Me. You hear it everywhere.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, what does that
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means, but we're going to talk about it today. Yeah, because it's like a whole thing. I think I saw it somewhere where it prompted me of like, yo, we should talk about this.
Yeah.
Because, companies start using it in their ads.
Oh, for
and especially
sure.
to sell you stuff like, hey, New Year, New You, go on a diet. New Year, New You.
Vitamins,
skincare, gym routines, like all sorts of stuff. So, yeah. So, what does it mean to you?
I think it just means it's a new year. Like, I don't put 3 at the end. I put 4 now.
And that's going to be hard.
And that takes me like 2-3 weeks.
It's very difficult. Thankfully, we're not in school anymore.
Yeah.
Because that was a whole disaster.
And then most of it is computerized. So even though I do still use the data a lot, I type it in and it fills it in for me most of the time.
Yeah.
So
like
but that back date, though, that's annoying for a minute because you're trying to remember, because you're still dating things from the month before. And then it's like 24. I'm like, no, I'm trying to say last month.
Yeah. And we're in this whole time span of, it's like the time warp where October, November, December flies by.
Yes.
And then January through April also flies by. And then it's summer.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's very long.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very long and it's very hot. To me, it just makes me feel like it's New Year, New Me. It's like I have to change something.
Okay.
Like I have like the whole little phrase in itself is telling me.
Okay.
That
so you feel the pressure of it?
Yeah, like this is telling me like listen, you did good in 2023.
Yeah.
You need to level up in 2024.
Yeah. What are you going to improve on?
I don't know what it is, but you need to be better. That's what it's telling me. It's like real aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Like when I hear it, yes, that's the message that it's giving, and that's what I understand from it. I'm just saying personally, I'm not like, what am I gonna do now?
Oh no, personally, I don't even think about this.
Yeah,
to be honest.
But that's the what it's giving off. Yes. Yeah, like you hear it, and that's kind of the expectation.
Be better, sweetie.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna improve on?
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely, and that's kind of the feedback you get from other people too. Like, what's the expectation of something different, something new, something better, all that.
Yeah, which is outrageous.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, I remember being a kid or like just being younger in general, being around my family and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh, it's a new year. Like, how do you feel? I'm like, I don't know. Like, the way I felt yesterday.
Right. Maybe my stomach hurts a little because I had too much candy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like, it's 12 hours from yesterday.
Yeah.
I feel the same. It's like when you're 34. How do you feel? The same way I felt when I was 33, which was 2 minutes ago. Like, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. There's like this big expectation. But, okay. So have you ever said to yourself, like, this is a 2-part question. Have you ever said to yourself, okay, it's a new year. I am not doing like X, Y, or Z anymore. Or on the opposite side, have you been like, okay, it's a new year. I need to do this, or this?
Oh, 100%. I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
Not in the last maybe couple years, but I feel like it's
younger for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Because you always just had this thing, again, with the idea like you had to do something different, that you just felt like, oh, everyone else is doing it. What am I doing? That's going to be different. And what am I going to stop doing, or what am I going to incorporate now? And usually it's stuff that you've been wanting to do all year and somehow either you fell off or never got going or you admire from someone else or hope to do that. Now it's like for some reason.
That's a new thing. New year, new habits.
Yeah. So because it's a new year, you feel like, oh, now I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't do it yesterday, but for sure tomorrow.
Yeah. It's like when diets start on Monday.
Yeah.
Well, I can't start diet on a Wednesday.
Right. So this is kind of the same idea, but like in an annual perspective.
It sounds preposterous when you say it out loud. It's like I can't start eating salad today.
I can't.
I have to start
it's
on
Wednesday.
Monday.
How can I
it's like
eat?
Wednesday at 8 p.m. I already had a cupcake.
I can't bake chicken today, but I'll do it Monday. Monday sounds like a baked chicken day. It's like
it's outrageous because I've done that. I've done that. My weight has yo-yoed for a majority of my life, and I've done that.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, Monday, or
so same
Monday
with
for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always Monday, but it's kind of same idea. Like even though you keep trying Monday, for some reason the year just feels like more like definitely because it's the new year. Yeah, like okay, I've tried every Monday and I failed. 50 times.
Start in January.
But January has to mean something more. It's bigger, it's a whole new year, not just a week. It's a year. I can do this.
Bigger commitment. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I've done that too, where I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's a new year. I'm gonna stop doing this, or I'm gonna start doing this, or
I'm gonna get more organized.
I want to be more consistent at the gym, or stuff like that. So I've definitely done that.
Cut back on my spending.
Oh yeah.
That kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah. This year I'm gonna budget, or this year I remember.
I'm gonna clean out my closet.
I actually did this, but like I think it was about 2 years ago that I was like, because I was like getting older and I had a steady job and all this other stuff. I'm like, this year I need to buy a house. Like that's a thing.
Right.
I never did it.
There is still time.
It's just so funny. But it was like, it felt
like the next grown up thing.
No, this year I
gotta
need to start
do it.
looking into real estate, or I need to learn about stocks. Or
and expand my portfolio. You don't even have a portfolio. I need to get a portfolio.
You have a trapper keeper. You have nothing.
Do you understand what I actually mean by portfolio? No. I have a folder.
Oh, but it's so real.
But yeah.
So real. Oh my gosh.
But again, like whole mindset of like, what can I improve? What can I change? What can I add or take away? Yeah.
Essentially, it's like, how can I make next year better than this year?
Yeah.
Which is good. However, I don't think we need to subscribe to culture in the sense of like, I need to revamp my entire life. I've never taken vitamins. I need to start taking 17. I've never been to the gym, but I need to go 6 days a week.
Yeah. And it always feels like there's this idea that you have to go from like 0 to 100, right? Or like totally like 180, type of thing. And like that's not realistic.
No,
but for some reason a new year gives that like illusion of like, no, I can do it. Like I'm not saving any money. I'm gonna save $1,000. You don't even make $1,000 a month, but like
exactly.
Somehow you're gonna save $1,000.
You don't have a savings account. Let's start there.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of like, take a step back. What's more realistic? And you can start today.
Yes.
But
please, you can start today. Don't wait.
But yeah, I definitely see like you kind of want to wait for like a fresh start, and a new year. Just obviously it's the most fresh start I guess you can get.
Which is literally just like a calendar thing.
Right. Exactly. Like you said, I don't feel any different tomorrow, but like tomorrow's next year, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And it's like, you could have done it yesterday actually.
Another thing that it reminded me while we were talking about this that I've been seeing a lot on social media is like, oh, you only have 12 days left of the year, make them count, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
It makes me anxious because I'm like,
I have 12 days to do what? Lose 50 pounds?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking
Or like all the goals that I made this year, like I'm supposed to complete them.
12 days to achieve every single goal you haven't achieved all
I was supposed to like organize all my closets and like, do all these things. And it's like,
go to the container store. Go. Like, what? It's stressful. That's way more stressful than.
And it's like they're counting down for you, and I'm like, I have to work. I have to take care of things. Like I have to sleep. And you want me to do like my 10 things that I said in January? Like you're crazy.
Yeah,
do them now. You only have 8 days. I'm so stressed.
That is pressure.
Yeah,
That's what the episode should be about. Because dang, it's like, oh, you have 6 days left a year, make them count. It's like, I don't know what that means. If I haven't made them count the whole year, I can't do the 6 days.
I don't know how to do
I
it.
can't do 6 days. I think I'm just gonna mediocre it all the way to the end because I can't do it.
I was supposed to work out 3 times a week, and I have only done once. So like, how do I fit 48 workouts in the next 8 days?
Yeah, like I just got the gym membership.
Yeah.
I never went.
I was supposed to sleep more. Should I just sleep for the next 5 days?
Yeah, exactly.
Just catch up on all my sleep.
How do I do what you're telling me to do?
How do I do
make
this?
them count?
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much. But anyway,
yeah, that's definitely like the other side of the coin
Yeah.
about like, oh, you only have so many, and like whatever you plan to do, you hurry up, do them, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I have other things I have to do, and this pressure.
The world. But yeah, so that's the other side of that coin.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the whole new year, new you or whatever. Let's look at we'll revisit 2023.
Yeah.
Did you set goals for this year? Did you have any?
I mean, I had some, but I feel like they were not like very like
Specific?
not necessarily specific, but like I wasn't like, you have to do these things.
There were no time constraints.
Right. It was more like improve on this.
Okay.
Do more of this. Like one thing that I wanted to do is read more, right? Like I like reading, but after like school and everything, I kind of burned out for a while. And then it's like one of those habits, like you have to do it again. And so that was one of mine. Like, I just want to read more. And so I tried to like incorporate more reading. And I did pretty good through the summer, and then I kind of lacked, and then a little bit more. But if I look back, like I really did read more than I had done, in the prior year.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like, I wasn't like, I have to read 20 books this year
by July.
And it's like, well, maybe I said 20, but like with a little asterisk. Like 20 is more than I did last year. Well, how many did you do last? I did 3.
Yeah.
Like, so if you do 4, that's great.
That's still
better.
Definitely.
Like, try to do more, but like, it's an improvement.
Yeah.
So those types of, like, I try to look at them that way instead of like, you have to do X amount
progression, not like goals.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Do you, when you set those goals, do you revisit them throughout the year, or do you just wait till the end of the year to be like, did I do it?
5 days before, can I cram them all? I'm reading 12 books right now, guys. Just wanted to
6 on Audible, 6 in Kindle, 6 on paper.
Yeah. So like, if I look a little disoriented, just know I have like 12 stories in my head. I don't like sit down on a Sunday and be like, look at all my goals. Am I progressing? But it's one of those things where I like periodically think about it. And especially like if they're habits that you're working on, I feel like it's hard for you to ignore them. Like if it was one thing to be like, I'm going to do this specific thing, then you can easily like put it off or like not think about it until you like look at it and be like, well, okay, I was supposed to go to the bank and do blah, blah. Well, unless you actually like did that and it's on your calendar to go do that, I don't know. Like you can't measure that, I guess. But like the whole reading thing, it's like I'm just making sure I'm like doing it, like am I incorporating it? Hey, it's been like a month and I haven't read. Okay, what was the last book I was reading? Did I finish it? How can I like get it in a little bit more? For what does my week look like? What does my month look like to be able to like incorporate it back in? Like I want to continue that. So like I kind of lagged off. Let me see where I'm at, because I kind of noticed that I haven't picked up a book in a while. So that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. Because I set goals for the year, and in the past I feel like I had revisited them like around June or something.
Yeah,
like, hey,
I feel like I've done that in the past too.
What I wrote, and let me see how I'm doing.
Am I even close to doing anything?
Yeah. So it was stuff like that, and for me it was a consistency thing. So when it comes to reading, I usually set a goal of like 20 books. And then if I surpass that, that's fine. Yeah. But I would like to try to at least hit that every year. Yeah. And it was, like continue to be consistent at the gym and stuff like that. But it's always like improvement. I think at one point it was I wanted to save up a certain amount of money. Yeah. By the end of the year and stuff like that. But it's never like a constraint of like do this between this time and this time, and then if I don't do it, it's a failure or something. Yeah, it's always very lofty and just like, man, this is what I would like to do this year. Right. Or like you said, this is what I would focus on, or this is what I want to grow in, or I want to learn how to. Let's say we were going to start the podcast, and it's like I want to learn how to edit podcasts before this even took off, or something like that. Right. but it's always very open-ended, very general. Like, I'm not gonna destroy my soul if like
and like looking at it as is it attainable, is it practical,
is it
based on my
right,
because I can say, oh, I want to read 20 books, but if my job is more demanding and I only I get home really late or I have other activities, is me reading 20 books in a year like reasonable?
Right.
It's like, well, no, it's not, because you really only have like maybe 2 days a week where you really have time to do it. Okay, so like, would 5 books, 8 books be more reasonable? Yeah, that sounds more reasonable.
Yeah, and things change. Did you get a new job, or in the middle of the year something happened, or you're in school, or like so many things just switch around.
Other responsibilities.
Just having those goals and being able to be flexible on them, and it'd be like, oh, when I started this list, my life looked like this. Now it looks different. Let me switch or something like that. But I usually have goals. I usually revisit them around the summertime or whatever. And then at the end of the year, I don't always look at them, but I like to look back to see like, what did I accomplish and what did I accomplish? And then I usually keep them just to track and see just what the growth is, or like, what was I thinking last year around this time and stuff like that. But
and like, does it make sense to like maybe continue it
or
push
did
it into the next year?
Did I not do it to the full extent, and maybe I know something different so I can tweak it or something like that? But
because sometimes you do add things that are like unrealistic, or like, hey, that didn't work this year because of XYZ. Does that seem like something I can incorporate? Again, it's not like I'm going to start it tomorrow, but like, does the next couple months look like I can fit this in, or start this, or whatever it is?
Yeah. Or what was the lesson learned? Like,
like, why didn't I do that?
I wanted to read 100 books. Why couldn't I? Then, you know what? That doesn't seem attainable for my life. Let me change.
Like, I was reading a book every month, so like that seemed more attainable than 5 books every month or whatever it is.
Yeah. Some people, man, when it comes to reading, I used to watch a lot of BookTube, and the amount of books that people read and get through in a year is outrageous. Yeah. Like, it's like,
and
incredible.
You can, and of course it's like how you how fast you can read, and the types.
Don't watch TV though. Like, I'll just say that.
Like that's their entertainment.
Yeah, definitely.
So I totally get it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my tweak. Maybe that's the tweak I need to make.
Yeah, it's the tweak we both need to make. So I don't think, for me personally, I don't think this whole like new year, new me, I don't think that's realistic, right?
No.
I can't change me in a matter of a day,
right,
from December 31st to
or in 5 days.
January 1st. Like, it's not, it's like, you have 5 days, make it count, change your entire life. No, you can't do that.
Be ready for the new year in, 7 days, but like, no, I can't.
So we're going to debunk this, like, Mythbusters. Yeah. You can't, there's no new year, new you. I think you can take steps to becoming better you.
Absolutely.
I don't think that you need to become a new you. The only person that can make you new is Jesus.
Right.
And the transformation comes from the inside out.
Right.
And so I don't think you can, because it's a new year, that you can just be a new version of yourself. I think you can be a better version of yourself. I think you can take small steps to improve your relationship with Christ. Hopefully you have one, and if you don't, that is essential to be able to live this life well. But I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can subscribe to this new year, new me. I think you can have new habits. I think you can have new friends, a new job, new experiences.
I feel like those build. Like, they take time. So like being conscious of that as well. Like,
now, don't get me wrong. God can work miracles, right? Like, if you have a smoking habit and you pray about it, and then you wake up January 1st and you never crave a cigarette again, that's amazing. Yeah. But that's a miracle, right?
But if you do it on January 1st, or you do it on December 30th, or you do it on, January 20th, like, that's, like, all of those are valid. Just because it's the first and you missed it, doesn't mean that the next day doesn't count. And again, that kind of goes back to the principle, like, biblically, like, God gives us new mercies every morning. So even though we're not like subscribing to like a new year has to be a new you, as in like you have to be totally different or have all these crazy goals,
or even feel like you have your life together. Like,
right. But like, understand, like, a new day does give you the opportunity to make that decision, to make those improvements.
Yeah. I think I read, I didn't read it, I listened to it. It was The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, which that's a hack for anyone that's listening. If you want to get through more books during the year, read some, but also listen to some. It helps a lot. If you're an audio
and you can
learner.
Speed it up a little too.
Exactly.
And that helps
that helps. But I was listening to The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, and there's this part in the book where, because he lives a life where, he only uses his cell phone a certain amount of days and a certain amount of hours, and he's trying to live very much like plugged in and respect the Sabbath and honor it and all this stuff. And so he was saying that sometimes he tries to let's say he was on his phone way too much that week, or he tries to have like minimal wardrobe so he doesn't have to think about it, and he wears the same things like over and over again and stuff like that. And he's like, you know, maybe I bought too many clothes that month or something like that, right? And he was like, you know what? I realize that even if I'm trying to embrace all of these practices and implement all of these things in my life, if I don't do well that week, if I worked a little bit on the Sabbath or something, he's like, you know, I can always begin again.
Yeah.
And that was so just profound.
Refreshing.
I'm like, oh, wow. You can begin again. Like the gym thing, the diet, the job, the habits, the vitamins, for me, it's like stretching. I hate stretching. It's important. I hate it. I feel like it's a waste of time. And I was like, I don't got 10 minutes for this. I worked out and I left. And then I'm sore and crampy and weird. But that's the way I feel about stretching. I feel like it's pointless. Although it very much serves a point. Don't be me. Be better.
Yeah.
But
every day is a new day.
If I miss a day, then I can begin again. Right? It's not like, oh well, I was on this new XY habit that I wanted to do. I made it to June and then I fell off, so I'll just start
that doesn't matter anymore.
That's insane.
Yeah,
begin again, please.
Yeah,
begin again. You can start tomorrow.
Like, give yourself, you know, some grace. Give yourself, you know, like,
if you need a morning period, take it. But start 2 days from then. Like, don't let it just like
get swept away and where you're like, it doesn't matter anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds outrageous.
It's like if you need a break, that's fine. But like, you don't have to wait till January 1st again. Yeah. Like, pick a day. Like, give yourself a couple of days, a week, a month, if that's necessary, depending on what that thing is.
Yeah.
Or even the next day. Like, okay, I'm going to start, like you said, like, hey, I forgot to do it today. I didn't feel like it today. Okay, can I do it tomorrow? Yeah, I'm going to try it tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Begin again. Yeah. Yes. His mercy's in you. And you have every opportunity to be better tomorrow.
Right.
And just literally take the opportunity and be better tomorrow.
Right.
I think if whatever it is that you're going through, this begin again, it applies to every single aspect of your life.
Absolutely.
Like, there is nothing in your life that you're thinking about that's like, well, that one I can't. No. You can begin again.
You really can.
School, relationships, with your husband, with your wife, with your family, with
friends,
church, with God, like everything. The diet, the gym, the scarf you started to knit and never finished. Like, you can
go back to it.
Yes, you can begin again. So that's our advice, friends. Just begin again. Yeah, exactly. So that's how we feel God really plays into this concept in regards to, I don't think, and we've lived this, we cannot change ourselves. We cannot transform ourselves. The only one that can do that is the Holy Spirit of God, and He transforms us. He gives us the desires of His heart, and we're able to do the things that He wants us to do because He lives on the inside of us, and He's helping us and transforming us and giving us, like, He's changing our palate. Like, He's cleansing it and wanting, and then we desire holy things and the things of God. What
he longs for us, and what He, you know, has come to do. We want to have those characteristics that He's put in us, you know, to be able to just grow closer to Him and be more like Him.
Exactly. So if you need a change in your life and you don't have God, that is what you need. And if you need help with that, you don't know what that looks like, you don't know what to pray, like none of that, please reach out to us. We would love to walk you through that. And if you do have God in your life and He's leading you and Jesus is your shepherd, then please just take a step back from what culture is telling you. Whether it's there's a new year, new you, or you have 4 days to finish out the year, finish strong.
Right.
You can begin again. You can pace yourself and go at God's speed, not culture speed.
Yeah.
And you will always be right on time.
Right. Yeah. And just choose today, like, to start that new thing, whatever that is. And again, like, keeping in mind that being realistic or whatever, you know, like keeping it within your means, and then if obviously a lot of it is godly things, like making sure He's in it, you know. And we'll finish with this just because it's weird, but it also makes sense. What is it? Yesterday is the past, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is the present. So take the present. So there you go. Take
Unwrap the present, which goes back to one of our previous episodes of, like, taking the present that comes from Jesus of salvation and unwrapping that bad boy, and then doing this life with Him. And just start today. Begin again. Yes. You're fine. You're good. If you need anything, let us know. We're always here. But, man, you can start today. You can start, absolutely. Whenever, hey, people of the future, if you're listening to this And it's not the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024. Yeah. This is Fran. That's Yadi.
This is Yadi.
You can start today.
Yeah, you don't have to wait till tomorrow or the next day.
You can start today. Yes, I don't know what year it is. I don't know what.
Or you hear it a week later and you're like, oh, I didn't do anything on the first. You can do it today.
You can start today.
Whatever this day is.
You can start today. I'm talking to you, being like, no, I can't. It's you.
And I'm gonna have to like tell myself this too, because I'm sure there's gonna be stuff that I'm like, I wanted to do that.
Yeah,
it's okay. You can start today.
You can start today. We'll remind ourselves. We're reminding you.
Yeah,
start today.
We're in this together.
Yes. All right. As always, this is Fran.
This is Yadi.
We are the Midtown Misfits. We hope that you had an amazing new year and a great holiday season with your friends and family. And we will be back next week.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.